Holy cacao, everyone! It's Karina, your virtual health coach, and today I'm talking about love and why chocolate is often associated with romance and is often even considered an aphrodisiac. I'll also be talking specifically about raw cacao and why raw cacao has been used ceremonially, medicinally, and spiritually in many different cultures for thousands of years. I want to thank you so much for joining me today for this video. And before we get started, I would love for you to chime in down in the comments and let me know, what is your favorite type of chocolate? If you are a dark chocolate person, I hope you will let me know that. But if maybe it's Reese's Pieces or Butterfingers that's your favorite chocolate, chime in down in the comments and let me know. Today's video is sponsored by Cacao Bliss. And I want to talk to you today not only about the health benefits of cacao, but why raw cacao has been consumed in so many different cultures for so many different reasons, and why today we often associate cacao with love. Traditionally, cacao was consumed as a hot beverage, a far cry from the sugar-sweetened chocolate bars most of us are familiar with today. And it was known that cacao created this heart-opening, almost blissful sensation. And we now know that it's due to a chemical compound known as theobromine. Theobromine is part of what imparts that bitter flavor to the chocolate, in addition to some of those flavonoids and antioxidants that help give cacao so many health benefits. Now, it's really important to understand that in order to really receive those heart-opening, blissful benefits of theobromine, you need to be consuming a really pure source of cacao. So when we think of most of the chocolate bars that we find in our grocery stores, not only have they added a lot of sugar and other ingredients, but they've also really diluted the cacao content so much that you're really not getting as many of those health benefits, and you're definitely not getting that surge of theobromine that you would get when you consume raw cacao, and this Cacao Bliss is a great example. The earliest historical records of people consuming cacao date back to the Olmecs, Aztecs, and Mayans, and the Mayans even had a deity dedicated to cacao, and it's one of their most powerful deities. So cacao was considered something sacred in these cultures, and there is a lot of instances of cacao being used ceremonially and even medicinally because of these really powerful effects that people would experience when they drank that really pure raw cacao. When the Spanish conquistadors came and they discovered cacao, they also embraced it in their culture, and it became a prominent part. They also started adding sugar to the cacao to make it a little bit more sweet, because again, all of those antioxidants and the theobromine tend to give cacao a pretty bitter flavor. And if you've ever eaten a raw cacao bean or raw cacao nib, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It wasn't until 1850 that they began adding cocoa butter to the cocoa powder and began making more solid chocolate bar types of foods, which are more similar to the chocolates that you and I eat today. Many cultures held cacao in such high regard that they would even use it as currency. And cacao ceremonies became a very important part of people's spiritual opening, maybe attaining guidance in their lives, and is just kind of known to have a very heart-opening effect. So in modern times, where many of us are consuming caffeine, alcohol, sugar, and who knows what else, we may not be as attuned to be able to notice those more subtle effects from drinking cacao. But imagine for all of these cultures when they were first discovering this amazing cacao bean, this incredible plant that gave them such amazing euphoric feelings that they actually created entire ceremonies completely focused around cacao. So traditionally, the ceremonial cacao beverage is consumed hot And it's actually quite bitter because, again, that addition of sugar didn't occur until much later on. So you're getting a lot of that experience from the Cacao Bliss, but they do use monk fruit as a sweetener. So it's not the bitter beverage that was traditionally consumed, but it still is going to give you all of the health benefits that you get from drinking raw cacao. And then they've actually added in a variety of other superfoods to really create a very nutrient-dense and healthful beverage that you can satisfy your chocolate craving completely guilt-free. You may have heard that cacao is considered to be a superfood. And basically that means that this is such a nutritionally dense food. It's kind of like the superhero of nutrition. So cacao not only includes a lot of magnesium, potassium, zinc, phosphorus, calcium, it also has even more antioxidants than blueberries. I've spoken a lot about magnesium over the years, but when we're thinking about things like muscle cramps, ability to relax, ability to reduce stress, magnesium is really, really important. And cacao is actually one of the highest sources of magnesium of any food on the planet. And when we're talking about potassium, a lot of people immediately think about bananas, but cacao actually has even more potassium than bananas. Cacao also contains a variety of flavonoids that are known to have neuroprotective or brain protective properties, and it's also been associated with protecting the heart. So when we think about antioxidants, remember that's anti-aging. So antioxidants actually neutralize those free radicals or reactive oxygen species that contribute to degeneration and aging. And the antioxidants are part of what give it that bitter flavor. So if you can acclimate yourself to a little bit of the bitterness that you get drinking raw cacao beverages or eating really dark chocolate, just know that that bitterness is the antioxidants. That bitterness is helping to keep you young, youthful, healthy, and vibrant. Cacao also contains a variety of other nutrients, including riboflavin, folate, zinc, iron. Bottom line is, when you see the word superfood, you could almost consider that that food is like taking a multivitamin. There's vitamin E, there's B6, there's so many different health benefits when we eat the raw cacao bean that you really should consider it a healthful thing that you're doing for yourself. And the fact that chocolate is also something that makes us feel good, something that a lot of us crave really intensely, I just love that there are healthy ways to kind of satisfy some of those cravings and give ourselves a really nice, lovely treat without having to feel guilty about it. It's also important to understand the difference between raw cacao and cocoa. So when you see the CACAO, cacao, like holy cacao, you know that you have the raw, unprocessed cacao bean. By the time it says cocoa powder with a COCO, now you know that it's been through a series of processing. And usually throughout that processing, it actually loses a lot of the nutrients that I was just going on and on about. So it's really looking for that raw cacao, and again, the CACAO is what you're looking for to know that you're getting the most nutritional benefits. That cocoa, sometimes will even, if you look at the ingredient label, will say cocoa processed with alkali. That is a good sign that that particular chocolate product is so processed, it's lost most of its superfood benefits. So looking for the raw cacao is really important. And I love this Earth Echo Cacao Bliss product because not only are they using raw, organic, ceremonial grade cacao, but they've also added in a lot of other wonderful superfoods to add even more benefit and awesome flavor to this wonderful beverage. This product is also gluten-free, dairy-free, soy-free, non-GMO, and organic. And I just love that Earth Echo is really dedicated not only to creating a really high quality, nutrient dense product, but they are also dedicated to Mother Earth. So they're very, very conscientious about the packaging that they're using and the different processes that they use to create their product. And for anyone out there who is really health conscious, we tend to also be very environmentally conscious. And that's one reason why I was very happy to accept this sponsorship, to work with this brand, and to share this product with you. Cacao Bliss also contains turmeric, which most of us have heard of by now. It's a wonderful anti-inflammatory, so it's great for our joints. It can even reduce pain and soreness. And in order to activate the turmeric, they've also added in black pepper extract, which not only makes the turmeric more available, but it also kind of activates it, making it more effective in your body and more effective at imparting those anti-inflammatory effects. It also contains cinnamon, which not only imparts a really lovely flavor, but is also known to help kind of balance our blood sugar levels. So cacao in itself is also known to help with stabilizing blood sugar and reducing insulin resistance. And the addition of cinnamon just kind of ups those benefits. So if you're somebody who struggles with sugar cravings, if you're somebody who's trying to reduce your carbohydrate intake, or maybe just improve your body's ability to handle the carbohydrates that you do consume, raw cacao is a really great thing to help with that. And of course, the cinnamon is helpful as well. Cacao Bliss also contains monk fruit as a sweetener. So not only is this 0 calories, 0 sugar, monk fruit even has its own health benefits, which is great. But it's a really lovely way to kind of sweeten this beverage, take a little bit of that bitter edge off. So it's really an enjoyable, lovely flavor to consume. But because monk fruit has basically no effect on our blood sugar levels, again, that makes this such a wonderful blood glucose or blood sugar friendly food. I spoke earlier about the brain or neuroprotective benefits of raw cacao, and to even supercharge those benefits, they've added some MCT or medium chain triglyceride powder. So MCTs are also really wonderful for our brain, aiding in mental clarity and just helping to protect those really kind of delicate brain cells so that we can retain our cognitive function as we age. This is such an important thing to consider, and so many of us are just so overwhelmed with stress and too many things to do and really not getting enough sleep the way that we should, that anything out there that helps contribute to protecting our brain and aiding in mental clarity and mental function is really, really important. Cacao Bliss also contains Himalayan salt, which has over 84 minerals and trace elements that are very, very important in our bodies and that a lot of us are not getting from our regular table salt or most of the other foods we're consuming. So Himalayan salt, mesquite for added flavor, and lucuma, which also aids in those antioxidant benefits and once again contributes to those blood sugar balancing effects. So this Cacao Bliss, it tastes amazing. You can mix it with warm water. You can mix it with cold water. You can also use milk or add it to smoothies or virtually any way that you'd like to consume it. And you can also order this Cacao Lovers Cookbook, where they have so many amazing recipes and ideas for how you can create healthy but chocolate craving satisfying foods, snacks, smoothies, and so much more using your Cacao Bliss. So I love this, but I will be perfectly honest, I love the taste of the Cacao Bliss so much by itself. I've just been consuming it on its own. But I am really excited to try out some of these recipes. I just think it's wonderful to have something in your pantry that you can reach for when you start having that chocolate craving, but that also is giving you so much more than any of our regular chocolate bars. Most of the candies out there are actually really terrible for us, and I've made lots of videos talking about that. So I love that we can have a healthy way to satisfy our chocolate craving, and I highly recommend this Cacao Bliss. It tastes amazing. I want to thank you so much for joining me today for this video, and I want to send a big, big thank you to Cacao Bliss for sponsoring this video. If you have any questions for me about this product or about other chocolates that you like and if they're healthy or not, or maybe you have topic requests for my future videos, I really hope that you'll chime in down in the comments. I always love hearing from you guys, and I can't wait to see you in my very next video. Thank you so much, and have a great day till then. Check down in the description box below for a link and a coupon code so that you can give Cacao Bliss a try. Many of our subscribers don't see our videos. Make sure that you click the notification bell. And if you haven't already, follow us on social media for tips, tutorials, giveaways, and daily inspiration.